Yes. Welcome back, my wonderful families on the internet. Today is another day for us to continue our journey in Python. Um, if you are new to this channel, what I want to say is please subscribe to this channel. And if you have not seen the previous video, I would suggest you go back and check that because that will really help you to set up and then come back to this one because that is what we will base on and then move on to this video. Okay, so before I move on again, I want to say a big thank you to PowerPoint School for creating such amazing PowerPoint once again for this presentation. All right, that is all done. Let's move on. You can see I have a lot of topics here that we are going to discuss. Of course, we are not going to go through all of this in this one video. You will take them one by one and then explain in detail for you to understand everything before we start actually coding in Python very well. What I mean by that is, in general, every language that we speak, that is, for example, if I take English language, for example, before you know English language and speak well, you have to learn the vocabularies, the words, the grammar, the articles, and the dells and all those stuff. So you need to know all these things before you can speak good English or any language that you want to learn. And that's not different from programming language. So you have to learn the syntax, you have to learn the rules, you have to learn the things that make the programming language the programming language. So when you begin coding, then you have a good start of it. So with that being said and all these things out of the way, let's get started. So our first topic here is operators. So let's move on. Okay, so when you say operators, what is operators? Operators is not different when you come to programming language and mathematics. They are all the same. We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modules, floor, and then exponentials. So when you come to mathematics, all these operations are there as you were in your basic or high school. You used to do mathematics or calculate things. Even with your friends, when you have things and you want to share with them, it's either you add or you subtract. Okay, so you have two things, then you have to divide for both of you to have it equal. So that is the division that you just did. And it is not different in Python or programming language in general. So I'm not going to read this for you too. So I'm just going to go straight to my desktop and then open Python IDE, and then we just start doing something small with the operator, and from there I will explain every little detail of what we are doing there. But before we move on, you can see something here called REPL, which is I will say rep. Okay, REPS means in Python that read. R stand for read, E stand for evaluate, P stand for print, and then L stand for loop. Let me go straight to my desktop and then show you what I mean. So now this is a Python shell interactor. Okay, so what we have here is I just mentioned something about REPL, meaning read, evaluate, print, and loop. Okay, so what this means is whenever I type something here and I press enter, I get back 10. What Python is doing is it reads what you have typed there and then evaluate what is there to check whether it's a string, integer, float, or any other thing that you have written there, so that it will give you answer back. And the answer back that it give you is the print. So it prints the answer back to you on the screen for you to see. And then it will loop back again to listen to input. And that is what it termed by loop. So it reads, it evaluates what you have input there, and then it print back your answer for you, and then loop back again to listen for input. That is termed by REPL. Okay. So now that we are here in the script, sorry, the shell interactor, what we are going to do is, first on our slide you have the operators. We have what we call addition, and it's the same thing with normal mathematics addition. So now if I want to add things together, we know that that is plus. So 10 plus 1, and what do you think the answer will be? 11. So we just added. So that is the addition operation in Python, just the normal plus. But I would like to share things here. Okay, when I have a plus 10, what do you think the answer will be? If you said A10, well, you saw it already. The reason is this is a string, and we will talk about that. But for now, just bear with me. I'm just explaining the addition operation. So the addition operator can either use to add integers or floats or double. Okay, all these are numbers. So the addition operator can use to combine these two numbers or these numbers together, but not a string or character plus a number or integer. So what I was doing here is I was telling Python to add a string to a number or integer, which is not possible. So it threw error called type error. Okay, so he said that can only concatenate string, not integer to string. So this is a string and this is an integer, and I'm trying to combine them together. So the evaluator, which is this one, I just said that Python evaluate whatever you input. The evaluator checked what you have typed in the input that you have given, and then saw that this is not a string. This is a string. Sorry, this is a string and this is an integer. And then we are using the addition operator on the string and an integer, which is not possible. So we just throw you back the error, type error, and then explain more to you that can only concatenate. I will explain more about concatenation. So don't worry about this big work here. Just focus on the addition operator. So the only thing that you can use to do is either concatenate or add the integers. So for instance, if I have 20 plus 5, it worked for me. So that is the addition operator. Okay. Alright, then we also talked about when you come back to our slide, you have subtraction. Okay, so the subtraction is also the same as mathematics. I explained something in the beginning that maybe you have two items and you want to share with your friend. You are two and you're going to share two things, or your friend is having something, just one, then you are taking some out of it. Okay, so you just take something out of something, that is subtraction. Obviously this is basic mathematics. It's the same thing in programming language. So if I have 4 and I take 2 out of it, my answer will be 2. So that is what they call subtraction operator in Python. All these operators, let me even clarify here that operators are the same in programming languages. When you go to Java, C, or C++, or other programming languages, operators are the same. There's no difference in the operators, okay? So you don't need to worry what operators are in different programming languages and what operators are in Python. They are all the same. So when you learn it here, it's advantage or a plus for you. So you just need to understand how to use it here. Then we have the multiplication, which is the star in programming languages. Normal mathematics, we use the symbol X to represent multiplication, but in programming language, we use the star, which is either on your number keyboard or you check above the QWERTY your keyboard, the numbers there, you see it on the number 8, and that is the star. And in programming language, that is the multiplication. So if I want to multiply two things or two integers together, 2 multiplied by 2 like that, and I'll get 4. Okay, so that is multiplication. Then you also have the division, which is this one, the forward, or what, I don't know how to call it, either forward or backslash, whatever that you like to call it. So that is the division. Okay, the division will give you the answer. I'll explain the difference between division and the module, because you saw something there, module, with these two symbols. So the division will just divide for you. So I was explaining something using you and your friend having two things and you want to share together. You just divide it, and each of you have equal part or something like that. So the division will just divide the number and then return the answer back to you. Okay, so that is addition. This is addition. Multiplication, let me go with the order: subtraction, multiplication, division. Then you also have module. Okay, module. Now the module, what a module does is, with the division, it will give you the exact answer that you have. So when you divide 8 by 4, 4 go into 8, how many times? You get your answer back. So that is the division. Okay, so if I have 8 divided by 4, I'll get 2. 4 go into 8 2 times. Okay, so you get 2 back. But what module does is, it will give you the remainder. Now 4 go into 8 2, there is no remainder 0. Okay, so it's going to it perfectly without any remainder. But when you want to get the remainder back, that is what you use the module. So if I say 8 module 4, what do you think the answer will be? Are you going to get 2 or what? All right, so you have that. Sorry, what I was explaining here a little bit confused here. I was actually explaining the floor. Okay, sorry about that. My mind escaped ahead more than what I was even saying here. That's normal. It usually happens to most of people, so don't worry now. This is floor. Okay, floor means that um, I have 8 divided by 4. I get 2.0, which is a float. That is a float, okay, or double. Now, if I want to get a single integer or just run it, okay, then I have to use the floor. This symbol represent floor. So by 2, then I'll get exact 2. Okay, so if I say 8 divided by 3, you see I get 2.666665. Okay, so if I want to get exact integer, then what I will have to do is I have to use the floor operator. So I'll type 8 modulo f. Sorry, why I'm keeping on saying modulo instead of floor? Don't mind me, I'm too excited to teach you this, that is right. Okay, so let's move on. So if I said 8 floor 3, I get exact 2. So just ignore the decimal values there, then give you the whole number, which is the 2. Now let me come back to the module, which I've been keeping on misplacing it with the floor and all those stuff. So when I want to get the remainder back, as I already explained, that module will give you the remainder instead of the exact answer. So if I have 8 modulo 4, then I'll get 0. I got 0 because that is the remainder. When you divide 8 by 4, what you get is 2, remainder 0. So we are interested in the remainder when you use the module. So this is the module symbol that you are going to use. Alright, so that will give you the remainder of what you have. So now if I have 8 modulo 3, okay, like that. So 3 go into 8, then the remainder is 2. Okay, so that is your module. Now we also have the exponential in normal mathematics. Let me go to Paint and show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so in normal mathematics, what you represent exponential is like this: 2, let's say 2 exponent something like this. Okay, this is exponent 2, so which means that 2 times 2. You already know mathematics now. I'm just showing you the exponential, but in programming language you can't do something like this. So what we are going to do is you have to, and then the multiplication symbol, which is the star, 2 times, okay, like that, then 2. So this will interpret as this one. You have it here, okay. So when you have this, the programming language will see it as this. Okay, so then you have your exponential. So that is how you write the exponential in programming language. So you use the star, which is the multiplication symbol, use 2 times in between the numbers that you want to. Okay, so if I have 4 exponential 2, I'll get 16. So 4 raised to the power 2, I'll get 16. That is how to use the exponential. So whenever you see something like that in the programming, that is exponential. So you always have to go with that.